I thought it was going to be Costco hot dogs.
I also love juicy glizzies. I love gas station food. Give me some Bosco sticks out of that warmer all day long.
Melt. Good.
That string pull on that Bosco stick.
I actually hate Bosco sticks. Hey.
Hey.
Howdy.
Anyway, how we all doing, y'all? And hey, everyone, welcome back to the All Music Matters in That podcast. I'm your host, Brian. And today I welcome some special guests and some more folks out of the Sioux Falls region right there, too. We welcome Lexi, Emily, Richard, Stina, and Joe from the band Fault of the People. How y'all doing today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, yesterday was a long day. So, needless to say, I woke up not too long ago. So, sorry I sound a little tired. That sort of thing there, too. So,
that's all right. I guess it's a morning for us, too.
Unfortunately, yeah. So, I guess, yeah, it's an hour difference. So, it's 11 here, too. So, all right. But outside of that, how you folks been recently? I guess, what's new?
Been pretty good. We just had a show Thursday, and then yesterday we dropped our debut single, Puppet. You can stream it everywhere, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all of the stuff.
That's good to hear. And I guess, I think I was talking to Christina for the emails right here, too. So I think she was the one that kind of helped set this whole thing up right here. So I guess we guys should go jump right into that with, I guess, the backstory of how Fault of the People came together here, too. So I guess who wants to do the honor?
Richard has a great storyline for how Fault of the People came to be. I think he should take this.
Okay. So 3 of us came from a different band. Emily, Christina, and I came from a different band. Started kind of moving in a different direction as them, and ended up finding some people, losing some people, found Lexi, and then Joe came along after Lexi, which kind of led us to where we are now. We did have some songs kind of made prior, and then everything kind of changed once we actually got the full band in.
Yeah, it's been an evolution. We've all been in other bands, except for Lexi. This is Lexi's first real band with us, so we get the honors of having her, which has been great. Yeah.
She's like, I'm nervous. So, but she had a killer voice because Colby was actually the one that, I guess, set the whole email chain up, and then he's been a big help in the Sioux Falls region right there too. But you all were from Athens, Michigan, right?
Yeah.
So I guess what was the change to move out to Sioux Falls? Was it change of scenery, or do you think it was?
Oh, we don't live Sioux Falls.
Yeah, no, we're still in the same spot.
Yep, we're in the same time zone as you.
Okay. Sorry. You know what? Anytime he starts texting me, I always think it's going to be somebody from Sioux Falls. So that's my bad.
Oh, no.
Okay. So we have to correct that, too. We say from the Michigan area in that case.
Woo,
but he found us in Sioux Falls. That's awesome.
So he follows me personally for my backstage banter videos. He's reached out to me to do a collab. That hasn't happened yet, and I know he's stepped away recently from doing interviews, but in the near future, I hope that we can collab on some interview type stuff. And he saw our release coming out, saw our marketing for that, reached out and offered to set us up with you. So that's how we're here.
And here we are.
Yeah. So, okay. In which case, I correct myself. It's not Sioux Falls region people, so it's more the Michigan area. So, all right.
There's a lot of poppin' bands right now coming from the Michigan area.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of privilege working with a lot of good bands from that area, but even just everywhere we've been so far.
Yeah.
I guess you guys close to any of the major cities? You think of Ann Arbor, Lansing, Kalamazoo, and all those places? I guess which part of Michigan are you guys?
Closer to like Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, I'd say.
Lansing.
Northern Indiana, Southern Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Like the Michiana, if you've heard of that. I know that's
an actual place, and that's not by us.
We got we're also
yeah.
We are Michigan. Sure.
Oddly, we're also close to Fort Wayne. I live about 40 minutes from Fort Wayne, Indiana. So we got a good following in this area as well.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. So I guess outside of Puppet, and it seems like you guys do have an EP coming out. I guess what's the plans for this year?
So we worked on the EP, and we were gonna drop each song as a single, and so each year we're gonna build that hype up for each and get as much as we can out of everything, because each song is so good. We wanted to have the chance for each song to be heard individually.
I guess some of the shows you guys have played at, I guess, whenever you're doing it first, do you have original material going into any sort of shows?
Everything. We do all original material, and currently we've had one cover in our rotation. We've done a few different covers last year, but we get a lot of love on our Genie in a Bottle cover. So that's the one that we currently do, and we'll probably record that sometime this year.
I would say the cover is not the ones where everyone's like, play Freebird.
Pretty much. People are like, Genie in a Bottle?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all cool. I guess outside of that, I guess we can go ahead and jump more into the questions itself, but I think it's going to be more individual about like how you guys all became musicians. So I guess everyone wants to go first, but for the first question right here, I guess tell us your backstory about how you guys became musicians.
Well, I'll start. Sorry. I was kind of like raised in the scene. My dad's actually the drummer, and he was a part of bands for my whole life growing up. So I got to be a part of all of that, and I always knew I wanted to be in a band. And then I started kind of just screaming one day in the car, and he pushed me to start reaching out to people, and then Richard found me. That's my story.
I was going to say, was it more of the metalcore? And I don't know, what sort of music you were listening to back then?
He was a metal vocalist, so I had him kind of as an inspiration for most of my life. And then all of the scene, it's an incredible scene. Most of these people that you meet are kind and they want to see you succeed as well. And it's been incredible.
That's good. You get too much with whole things with the ego trips these days. So,
yeah.
Right. So, I guess with Stina, Emily, or whoever wants to go next.
Okay, I guess I'll go. You said my name first. I don't have that big of that interesting of a story as Lexi. Nobody else in my family plays music, does music, anything like that. I was around 15-ish when I started wanting to start to play music. I originally wanted to be a drummer really bad, begged my parents to get me a drum set. They did not. They got me a really cheap guitar. That's how I started, a first act, black and white, really, really cheap guitar. I started out playing in a metal band. I played bass. And then from there, I evolved to playing in bands that were mostly just cover bands with Emily, our bassist currently. Her and I have been in several bands together throughout the years, mostly covers until these last two projects. Then we started doing original music. That's my story.
Since mine's tied in, I'll go. So mine develops kind of like Lexi's. I grew up in a very musical family. My grandparents were very musical. My mom was in bands from time I was born all the way up. She still plays in bands too, but they were all cover bands. So that was a lot different. They did write some original stuff, but nothing like, metal or anything. Unlike these guys, I didn't grow up listening to metal or anything, but I'm happy to evolve into this because it's different, but it's really cool. It's been a really cool journey. But yeah, growing up in different bands, and like Christina said, a lot of them were cover bands. I think there was a couple that we tried to write some stuff, but it was nothing like what we have here. So the journey has just been really, really fun ride.
All right, Rich and Joe. I guess whoever wants to go next.
I guess I can go next. I came from kind of a musical family. Nobody really played it around me, but my grandpa played in like the band in the Navy and pushed me into getting into band in school and all that. So I learned how to play clarinet and saxophone and all that until I met a friend who had a guitar. Kind of pushed them into buying me my first guitar. It was like a Squire Strat when I was 13. And then just kind of went from there, learned how to read the tabs, taught myself everything, and then yeah, kind of moved on from there and just kind of in and out of stuff for years until I met Emily the first time from a different group that we kind of just jammed. We didn't really do anything. And then that led us into the other band that the three of us branched off from to make this one.
All right. And Joe, to close it out.
I started really, really young. I come from a very musical background family. My mom, all of my uncles, all played in bands when I was a kid. I remember sitting there watching their practices and shit. And then started with guitar, played guitar most of my life, still play guitar from time to time. Ended up a vocalist who played guitar for a few years. And then the band I was in, we brought in more people. So I managed to just do vocals. I've been reluctant enough to be able to travel a lot playing music already. So we did a lot of touring back in the earlier 2000s and into the teens. And then took a hiatus, and Lexi was wanting to play music and having no luck doing it. And so I just started messing around with the drums again. And I said, if we can't find you something, then I'll create something. And I never got to create nothing, but then the opportunity came up and here I am.
Hallelujah. So, actually, speaking of fault of people, first off, you want to show off the merch for everybody right there, too? I think is there a guy one?
So actually that flannel is, we upcycle. That one came from her herself, but me and Christina found a similar one our last Goodwill trip. But yeah, we like to do all kinds of stuff for merch. We have a website. There's hoodies, crew necks, shirts, shot glasses, koozies, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
Everything. Faultofthepeople.com is where you can find everything. All of our social medias, our merch shop, link to our new single Puppet and the music video. Everything's on there. Faultofthepeople.com.
You can find us on all of our socials at FOTP.anyone's name and band.
To the people interested in supporting in any way, each piece of item that you buy just helps us restock and helps us get to the next venue. So.
Keeps us going.
Yeah, gas prices are whack right now, so
buy
that t-shirt.
Gas prices. So, yeah, what are you going to do in that case?
What are you going to do?
I mean, but it does feel like these days, I think it was maybe Gary Holt, I saw like an interview that kind of talked about how you basically got to be like your own merch shop that you set up like at the venues at this point.
Yep.
So I know I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit here too, but outside maybe prices, that sort of thing there too. What do you feel like you guys feel like you face these days being fault to the people in terms of like challenges? Not sure if it's individual or whether it's like a shared sort of challenge here too, but go ahead.
I feel like this whole thing is just a challenge with everything going on in the world right now. I feel like just being a musician in general and being in a band and trying to go out and do these things alone is a challenge. Like there's been multiple interviews like you brought up. I mean, Misha Manser just did one the other day about struggling to go anywhere and do anything. And they've been around for a long time, like way bigger than what we are. And so like, every little bit helps, whether it's somebody buying tickets, buying merch, anything like that, helps with all that, because the biggest problem anymore is just getting to the places and getting things going.
Everything costs so much, and we understand that on the consumer end too. Getting people to leave their houses and come to a show can be a struggle. So keeping their attention, staying active on social medias, all that stuff.
I think also with that being said, with the what you guys are saying with kind of like the money aspect of having money to go into it and everything, it's time. Time is a big thing as well, having the time to do it. I know I mentioned in a lot of these interviews that being in a band is like having a full-time job. And so doing your day-to-day life and then on top of that, trying to do all the things for the band, getting merch, getting, doing the social media, recording, doing the music videos, trying to have the extra time to even write new material. That's something that I don't think is taken into account or credited enough, just the time that being in a band really is.
Yep.
Yeah, we push like crazy online, and Emily's 100% right. That doesn't even count the shows. The shows are actually the vacation away from the 40 hours a week. The shows probably aren't even counted into the 40 hours. That's your actual, everything built up through the week was for that one moment. And then we also, from our side, we feel like we continue to push so much that we just seem like we're annoying to people, but it's not about annoyance. It's about maybe catching that one t-shirt sale that's going to help us replace 2 more t-shirts or booty shorts or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm. And the work at a show is not just playing a show and trying to be in the right headspace for that and doing that. There's also content is being created there. Emily is working on posts the whole time while she has time in the background. We're all capturing videos and pictures and things because everything is content.
Yep. And trying to represent all the bands while we're there. I know myself, I try to get at least a clip of each band playing, just to like yeah, we're there, but these bands are here and they're kicking ass. Like represent, come hang out with us type of deal. But outside of that, you're also being pulled everywhere and anywhere if people are coming to talk to you or they want to buy you a shot or have you sign something or go get this picture with you. You're just, me personally, I'm all over the place and have to be at the merch all at once, and it's a lot.
But
I'm always I'm pretty findable. I stay with the gear usually, so.
I also love to be in the pit, so.
Yes, lots of videos out there of Lexi in the pit, Lexi and Richard and Joe.
I say, Lexi, have been crowd surfing there too? Because I had a couple times happen too.
But Stina has crowd surfed.
There was one show where we were just picking people up and carrying them around and acting like they were crowd surfing. Like 2 of us would just hold them in the air and wander around with them.
Yeah.
You
got Christina
won't find me.
Yeah, Christina, she was like, put me up in there, we'll do this. And then Richard and I had 3 more people come to us. Hey, can we do that?
The crowd was big at that show, but the area was so big that they weren't condensed enough to support crowd surfers. So
actually, I was made it sound like it was almost like a Lion King sort of thing going on right there, just holding up.
Exactly.
Kind of.
So.
But yeah, all that to say, like, this isn't us complaining by any means. We love what we do. We enjoy it.
Yes.
We all take pride in everything. So
this is literally like the dream. That's why we work so hard for it. This is
and that's not mentioning, Richard didn't get a shout out for all the work he does on our backing tracks and all of our distribution stuff on the back end. That's time consuming too for him.
It's insanely time consuming. And then you have all of us nagging him about this and that.
Let's give a clap all around here, folks.
I wasn't going to say that.
Get the golf tap and everything. So, but nonetheless, thank you so much for what you did there, Rich. Does mean a lot. But
we appreciate you.
It does certainly seem like I think it's because they put a lot of standards on like what bands should be doing at the shows there too, outside the merch. So it's almost like. But how do you do with finding the promoter here too? Because I don't know if you guys are actually getting ready to do a tour pretty soon. I don't know if it's also with other bands in your neck of the woods who are willing to team up.
Not necessarily a tour. We're just kind of bouncing all over the place because there's a lot of us that can't really get the time off for a tour. But somewhere in this year, probably closer to the end, we've been talking about it. We'd really like to. We also need to see like where our demographic is. So stream Puppet, watch the video, show us where you're at so we can see where we need to go.
We see it.
Yeah, we
push that video like crazy.
We got to build up a fan base before we, venture out. So but we want to come. We want to come to you.
And now that the first one's out, keep following up with us because we're going to keep having more. There's only more to come.
More drops coming.
Sounds good. Which case, we salute you all. And we also salute everyone who also served in the military force because it was a Memorial Day not too long ago.
That's right.
So.
Thank you for your services.
Yes, absolutely. All right. But I think, Christina, when we were talking back and forth, I know I brought up the COVID question. So that's more so about, I guess, how it impacted your lives. And I'm not too sure if it was also a motivation that formed this band together. But for this question, how bad was COVID for you guys on a personal and family level? And I guess fill in the audience what you were doing music-wise before Cult of the People came together.
COVID happened way before my musical time. I wasn't sure. Like, I had probably just started screaming around that time. Hardly, though. Like, here and there for fun, and it sounded terrible in the car. And, yeah, me personally, it put me down for a while. I went into another, like, depression. I'm sure most people did, but mental health is, like, a huge thing. And that time period was really hard. But we all persevered, and look at us now.
Somehow.
Yeah. Somehow.
The joke. Yeah. In a joking way somehow. So it's all good though. But I guess who wants to go next?
I worked at a restaurant through COVID and it was awful. Like the restaurant itself wasn't, but just dealing with all the changes that happened during that and having to shut the restaurant down. We switched to delivery, did a bunch of stuff. I was the manager, so I was just working tons of hours. I was playing guitar at the time, but I wasn't doing a whole lot with it. It was just like tinkering with stuff here and there and kind of making little riffs or learning songs and stuff like that.
I kind of relate with the restaurant. It came a little bit later, but I still work in a restaurant. Actually, it's still a local family joint, and it wasn't fully during COVID there too, because I think we were also getting takeouts from that same place there as well. So, but I came in a little afterwards, and it helped with earning a little extra income. Plus, I had nothing else going on after the 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, that was kind of my situation too. I desperately needed a job, and a family friend of ours who owns a restaurant could have he needed some extra help. So he's like, come help me. And I said, yes, absolutely.
Oh, the Browns are good people.
Yeah, I guess whoever wants to go next.
I was rocking Trailer Factory. That's pretty heavy in this area. In fact, 3 of us are doing it again now. But when COVID hit, there was a threat. There was a lot of layoffs going on, and it cut deep. I was managing a group there, and I decided to step out because I had plenty of outside work. I run a construction business. I jumped out and did exceptionally well. COVID time was awesome for construction people. And even in RV, they switched gears, built things smaller, and went through a boom to where there were a lot of Saturdays being worked as well. So, but musically, I wasn't doing anything musically through that time. So, sorry.
Yeah, the hold right there. You had to make sure they get through. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I almost jumped the gun there. So, all right.
I worked at a tobacco shop at that point, and I remember I thought it was the dumbest thing, but because I don't think that tobacco shop is essential, but I remember the shop that I worked at, they cleared off some hookah shelves and they threw in some toilet paper and some cans of soup, and so they were like, we're essential now, you can work. So I remember working through COVID for that. It was, again, I thought it was kind of silly, but whatever. At least I was continuing to bring in the money to pay my bills. Yeah. I don't think that I was doing much musically at that point in time either. I feel like that was just kind of a lull for me of not really doing a whole lot.
And Stina?
At the time of COVID, I was working for a wholesale import company. It was kind of a small mom and pop type company. but national. So technically I worked out of a farmhouse and I had my own bedroom for an office. We were not essential, but my boss wrote up her own letter saying that we are essential because apparently everybody needs a ceramic Christmas tree and forced us to still come to work, which it ended up being fine. But yeah, so navigating importing products from China and we worked a lot with China, so and navigating that whole thing during COVID was interesting. But nothing really changed for me, so I just continued business as normal. Yeah.
That's good to hear. And I guess on a serious note, was everyone's families okay?
Yeah.
I had to actually, on that note, I had to work while I had COVID. My boss didn't let me take time off work, and I was very, very, very sick.
That's
but
crazy.
It's fine. It's fine. Everybody needs a ceramic Christmas tree, right? Gotta have their.
Well, yeah,
I'm not that desperate, man. So I mean,
2 times I had COVID. We were building a house, so I was by myself. So we just kept working.
Yeah, not trying to be a little salty about that whole situation, but let me just stay at home in bed. I'm
You brought
tired.
Christmas for the children.
Yeah.
we do it for the kids in that case.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, don't be a Grinch about it, dude.
I know. If you shop at a Hallmark store or anything like that, I did a lot of product development for a lot of our products and the marketing and catalogs and things like that. So fun job, loved it, but
That's good to hear. So, but nonetheless, good to see you all doing well out there too. Good to see families going strong there too, and also having this group together as well. So, but this one, the next kind of question here kind of delves into the music scene in and around Michigan right there too. So, I guess from your perspective, since COVID, I guess, how do you think the music scene has been? Do you think it's been on the up and up?
You don't think so? I think so.
I think it's a good half and half because it depends on the area, but there's a lot of social media too that will make it look like it's popping, and you'll go to certain areas and you don't really see much. But like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of bands coming out of the local scene, especially out of Michigan and Ohio and Indiana. Like, I know they're coming out of everywhere, but that's more of our location. So that's what we're seeing. But yeah, it's the music scene is struggling in a lot of different ways, and some of that is like the economy itself, but we're all still trying.
yes, yeah. From what we have been told from promoters that we work with is they've seen a big difference before and after COVID of getting people to leave their house and come to shows. So it's been a struggle for them.
For the local scene, for sure, they're going to buy the tickets for the big bands. They want to still go see the big bands, but
have you guys heard of the blue dot epidemic of all of the big bands are dropping their tours because there's so many empty seats? So it is not only affecting local, it's affecting national
Across the
bands
board.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like a lot of that one has to do with like the Ticketmaster stuff and the price.
Yeah, that too.
Is so
Yes.
crazy. Like,
and it's contradictory from what they say when they're on stage.
Yeah.
We'll play to 1,000. We'll play to 10. It doesn't matter to us. And then they drop shows. Kind of sounds like it matters to them.
Yeah,
Well,
like
because it costs so much money to put on a show.
Right.
Oh.
Like when we went and saw Electric Callboy last year, it was like over, I think it was like $250 per ticket, and that was in Chicago on a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's nuts. Like, and that's
Yeah.
not
I mean,
as
but it
bad
was-
as it is now.
Was it sold out though?
Pretty much.
That's
Pretty much.
So
Yeah, I think for the smaller bands, problem is that the bigger bands now are charging so damn much money for their shows. What is it? Upheaval's a big festival. It's huge money to pay just for the weekend, like huge money this year compared to last money. So if they're saving for stuff like you catching them for $20 here, $20 there is something that I would think they would rethink.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors right now that are affecting getting people out of their houses and to shows.
I'd say with our ticket prices, it seems, first of all, I think it depends on the venue there too, but I think it's mostly like in the $50 range if you just do it one ticket. But then it could go up to the 100. I think the one I did was like over 100 once, but I forget who that one was, but it was one of the more bigger bands who's been around a good while.
Yeah.
There's a few bands that I will pay a big buck for.
Yeah.
And I just recently did for Bring Me the Horizon, but I watched that ticket price climb from a crazy number in one day.
I do want to iterate while we're talking about this. While we're talking about this, we do fairly well with tickets and our people. We don't want our people misunderstanding anything. We're not complaining. I'm definitely not complaining. We get amazing support from our support system. We're just complaining simply about trying to push more tickets to get more people in.
Yeah, it was
Our
about the
people
music
are
scene
awesome.
as a whole. It was about the scene as a whole, not us. That was the question, I believe. So.
Yeah.
I feel like anymore.
Yeah, I just didn't want any of our people to get it wrong or hear it wrong.
I feel like anymore, if you are going to pay a high dollar, you might as well just go to a festival, though. Like Louder Than Life, Incarceration, Upheaval, any of those. Like, if you're going to pay the
Catch
money, go and
multiples.
see a bunch of bands. Like, just go see everybody. That's for me, that's the best bang for your buck, other than local shows where you can see all these bigger bands before they're bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got point to the letters.
Yeah.
See. Spoiler alert. See. All right. So.
Did
something like that.
Brian,
Something with links or something. Yeah. See.
Brian, did you have a chance to watch the music video before our call?
I did, yeah. And actually, I do want to talk about that. Actually, first off, who did the honor of putting it together for you guys?
Unhinged Studios, out of Cleveland, Ohio. They
How'd you guys know about them?
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, how'd you guys find out about them? And I guess what were you gonna say too?
Amanda, who travels a lot with Saving Vice and Fight From Within, gave Brandon Raddick a shout out, and that was how we found him. I started communicating, and he had talked about this vision that he had, just kind of talking to me about Puppet and the lyrics behind it, and the vision that he had is indeed what he put into this music video.
Yeah, I think Amanda's actual road manager for hire.
Yeah, so essentially networking and knowing people, following people on social media, keeping up with them is how we network to find our music video producer.
Networking is huge, not even just as like bands, but like you meet all these amazing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so other bands, stop leaving when you're done playing.
Yes.
That,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
Stick around to the end. Yes.
It is band etiquette. I'm making my own personal video about this because we played a festival last week and bands were leaving as soon as they're set. And I'm like, I know this is your first band and I know you're just a little kid, but just so you know, it's band etiquette to stay.
Why wouldn't you say?
Like, don't get me wrong. Outside of this, if nobody ever talked to me again, I would be fine never talking to anybody. But like, when you're at a show and you're playing a show, talk to the people, make friends, do things.
Mingle.
Like,
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of doors can be opened just by talking to someone.
yeah.
I feel like that last weekend, over half the bands were gone by the later bands, which were after. Was it 2 or 3 bands that were right after us?
Yeah.
Like over half the bands were gone after us. And that's like, we would prefer to see the bands all leaving at the same time. And I know there are some venues that don't even allow you to load out until the last band's done. So once your stuff's in there, it's in there.
Yeah. I mean, I was
good for them.
I was sick and sleeping in the trailer half the time or laying in the trailer half the time.
I do remember seeing even Christina laying in the trailer sleeping.
Make a chance to walk in and see every band and talk to, at least say, hey, that was awesome. Like, just at least, I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, talk to people.
Well, it's like Emily said.
This
You never know which ones that are going to open.
Yeah, we've had so many doors open just from our networking that we do. People wonder, like, how are you guys so big so fast? Well, yeah, it's our sound, but it's also,
We all are putting in this work to do the thing. Like
Right.
we're learning. We're talking to these people. We're learning what it takes to get to where we need to be, and part of that is all of these aspects. So we check
And
off
we
all
don't
of-
leave till after the last band plays. So
And it's not just work. We're all having fun while we're doing it.
I
There's
love,
also-
I love talking to everybody and meeting everybody at the shows. So
You're literally growing a village. You've heard that saying, right? Like it takes a village.
The old saying, yeah.
Takes a village to make a band.
All of
we
it.
do other etiquette things. We do other etiquette things, even like shutting our merch table lights off and stuff. Would probably when the last band's playing, even if they're not a big headliner. If they are a big headliner, we try to be tore down so that they're the only ones getting merch sales after their set.
Yeah, that was something that got taught to us after one of our shows last year. Is that's a pretty big deal.
Like a respect. Which
Yeah.
they should get that merch. That was their headline.
Right, it's our show.
Hmm.
yeah,
That's a
and
big
I
lesson here with the whole thing of etiquette and all that sort of stuff there too. So yeah.
But you do,
Well,
you get a lot of
that's-
people leave and be rude and
Yeah,
Shitty.
one thing Emily's been great at on our socials, credit your photographers, credit your videographers, credit your promoters, tag the other bands. If you're promoting an upcoming show, tag those bands that are on the bill.
Yeah.
And make
We
sure
try to
your
do a good
tags
job.
actually work.
Yes.
Give everybody the credit they deserve.
Yes.
I feel like for some reason the tag with followers does not work on Facebook for some reason when you do it for the phone. It's really weird. I have no idea why that happens. It happens to me. I don't know if it happens to you guys.
We definitely do have some issues with like tagging and stuff sometimes, with like sometimes when we do it in like the business suite and then we switch over to the actual app, sometimes they don't go through, but it's just a matter of double check your work or have somebody within your network proof it. Like I'll message Christina directly and be like, hey, can you check this real quick? Make sure that everything looks right, or vice versa. She does it to me all the time too. She'll hit me up and be like, hey, can you read through this? And does it sound right? And we tweak each other's stuff all the time. And I think it just makes it better as a whole. And to make sure that everything looks clean, it looks professional, it's readable. And I don't know. That's my talk.
We're very, very, it's very important to us to look professional, be professional. When you're sending out those emails to promoters and venues, you better look like you know what you're talking about or like you're professional.
All right.
Sorry, I'll go off on tangents about that stuff. So reel me in. Sorry.
She
I said that we were like talking about puppet at first, and then also we started talking about band etiquette, that sort of stuff there too. So
yeah,
It's important stuff. I think
is,
a lot of people watching, other bands watching, could get some use out of our unsolicited advice.
I know there was a concert. It was like August Burns Red, but it was Amity Affliction who was the headliner. So I was thinking like, oh, maybe some people are going to leave because August Burns Red was the third act. So
oh, bro, Lexi and I went to a Browning show with Boo, Born of Osiris. Boo, they're from Chicago area, so they're like known in this area really well. Granted, they're 15, 20 years, about 20, 25 years deep in shows, but they've traveled the world multiple times. And it was it a Wednesday night show, Lexi, I think?
Like that.
We went, the Browning had hundreds and hundreds of people there. The headliner Boo had 85 people in the crowd after the Browning. Like, that was insane to me. Granted, I love the Browning just as much as I love Born of Osiris, but just to see that happen at that level, and you see it happen even at this level. So it's just a continual thing artists will deal with forever.
I would say it wasn't that bad when Amity Affliction came on, but it was more like that's what I thought was going to happen because I thought August Burns Red was going to be a headliner, and then Amity Affliction was the third act. But
well, you're from Pennsylvania, right? Is that what
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
yeah, so
Your
Amity Affliction
drummer's
should
from there.
pull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the drummer's from there. Matt Griner's from Lancaster, PA.
Ooh,
I thought the Amity Affliction altogether was from Pennsylvania.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just because of the song Pittsburgh.
I think it was that. I got that one filmed there too. So it was like, oh wait, we have to get that one. They put Pittsburgh on the list. So all right. But to get back into Puppet, I guess, and it can also delve into lyrics, because I think we can also talk about some of the other songs you guys got coming out sometime this year. But for Puppet, what do the lyrics kind of delve into, and what was the music video kind of going for there? Because it just seems like flashing lights, everyone's playing the instrument and all that sort of stuff.
Okay. So Puppet itself is about like kind of falling into a relationship, or like, any kind of relationship, even yourself, but falling into a relationship where control becomes a thing that you're kind of blinded to at first. But as you go into the relationship, all of these like strings kind of, everything starts to unravel, and you're realizing that you're under a control type of thing. So Puppet kind of showcases the being controlled, and then toward the end breaking away from that control. And this could be any relationship. It could be a dating relationship, it could be parental, it could be yourself. Anything that control is a factor that just constantly takes control on your life. So we had a lot of like the strings for the imagery in the song, and then the flashy lights, because in the chorus, one of the things I say is like, I live to entertain. So like you have some of the flashy lights and the boxy camera settings that it just plays effect into everything. And then, yeah, that's it.
That's cool. And I guess, Lexi, for some of the other songs that you guys got coming out on this EP, releasing as singles, I guess, have you been the primary songwriter, or has everyone kind of contributed in some sort of way?
Yeah, I'm the primary songwriter. Emily and Christina help me out a lot with lyrics as well. Christina and I can kind of go through and break down to make sure it's like a story that flows and makes sense. But yeah, everybody throws in ideas.
I guess, is it okay if we do discuss some of the other songs there too? I don't know if we're kind of I don't want to do any spoiler alerts or anything yet.
Man, nothing's really out. So we kind of could, but go ahead, Christina.
I do want to say Richard does write most of the guitar parts. I wanted to circle back to that because credit, and he helps me write my parts. So thank you, Richard.
With that being said, to give Richard credit, also a lot of the bass riffs also come directly from a lot of the guitar parts as well. So thank you again, Richard.
We love you. And Joe, obviously, he does his own thing.
Yeah, you don't want me to make drum parts. that would end up so bad.
We tried that, okay?
Yeah, it was.
We tried. It was all right.
I do. There are times I get pulled back on the reins a little bit, and other times it's just an open canvas. So,
all right, sounds good. So, just to fill in the audience, when is Puppet going to be officially released as the song? And I guess the music video is already out there, right?
Yeah, it released yesterday. So it is officially streaming everywhere. Stream it, play it everywhere, show your friends, show your family, watch the video.
Do the things, click the buttons.
Fall to the people everywhere. FOTP band, FOTP, Lexi, Richard, Emily, Joe, Stina, all of it.
Follow us.
Spread the word. So yeah.
Oh, you would like to come follow us.
So
I should do a test. About follow the people. I was gonna say about follow the people. Who came up with the name actually?
Richard.
So that name actually. So like I said, I had played in somewhat of a band with Emily before. After that kind of dissolved, it was a few years before we all got back together. I had tried making other bands with some other people that didn't work out, and I had just like a notebook with lists of different names. And when the three of us were trying to think of a name, I just kind of started throwing them in our group chat, and that's the one that stuck.
And ask us what it means. Don't ask us what it means. Sorry, edit that. Don't ask us what it means. Interpret it how you want, because I think that I think you know what it means.
it means you're the people and it's your fault.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we're blaming you
right now. Why are you blaming me? Well, I didn't do anything. So,
Blame everybody.
but
So, Brian, what did you think of the song and the music video? Can we get your honest feedback?
I'd say it was killer. Y'all doing a killer job out there, folks. So, try to make sure, since we're doing a little review right now, put it on the spot.
Yep.
It definitely struck me because I definitely grew up with the metalcore, and you also had the deathcore. Because I think one of you guys had talked about it earlier with the MySpace era and with the whole thing with the deathcore phase. I kind of went through with high school, so it was really a throwback for me. Kind of going back to listen to the old metalcore. Even I know Joe talked about Born of Osiris. I remember the Jason Richardson days right there too. Especially with Follow the Signs and even their first EP that they came out with. I think that was what really put them on the map and everything. So it was really good throwback to good metalcore days, especially with some good breakdowns and everything there too. Gotta give Lexi a little credit there too, because at times when she's doing even the harsh lyrics, the hard growls and all that sort of stuff, gotta give me sort of the horror sort of theme going there too. So
Good. I like to be creepy, so there's definitely creepy aspects in that music video as well.
maybe we gotta work on the eye rolls next.
Yeah.
I was going to say, let's answer that, because we had a review and they're like, man, it looks like she's got contacts in.
Yes,
Yeah,
She didn't.
I did not have contacts. There were contacts. There was a light above me. I did my best to roll my eyes back as far as I could, and then to give Colin with Unhinged Studios a little bit of credit, he did add a little bit of an effect to make sure they looked a little bit whited. Helped me out a bit because I got him up as far as I could, but like the bottom part of my eyes, you could see if you looked hard enough. So he just made
Put
sure.
in magic. And if you think that looks sick, we have posters at our merch table. If you come see us at a show, we have posters of Lexi's epic eye roll back.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like an Exorcist sort of picture next sort of
Yeah.
thing going on with that too.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
glad you. I'm
The
glad you
Exorcism
said
of
something.
Lexi. So yeah,
I'm glad you said something about the deathcore thing too, because that's something coming. There is something coming to that extent.
I like to do a wide range of vocals. So we have a heavier one coming. So be on the lookout because you'll probably love it then.
Yeah, it's going to be our heaviest one.
Yeah, I think we have something
My
for
background is
everybody coming.
deathcore. My background is deathcore and metalcore.
Yeah, I think we have something for everybody coming. So follow us on your favorite streaming platform. Add Puppet to a playlist. That helps us out tremendously.
Tremendously.
actually, I would say it was definitely. Actually, now that I think about it, it was more like a spirit box. Definitely with a nice mix right there too.
Yeah, we get that a lot too. That's definitely one of our inspirations. We love Spirit Box. We have a wide range of inspiration, like Wage War. I know personally, I'm a big Spirit Box and Ginger fan. They were those two vocalists outside of my dad. Those were the two women that I seen, and I was like, I can do that. I think I could do that. So I give them a lot of credit. They're incredible. Richard, what else? We got Architects in there.
Architects, yeah, like you said, Wage War. Obviously, we all love Bring Me the Horizon, from what I know. Born of Osiris,
Landmarks,
Polaris, Eras.
Era, yeah, Eras. So many good
Era or
ones.
Eras. I feel
I
like
have
I
no
always
clue.
say it wrong.
Era, I think.
I think it's Era. Yeah, I think I said it wrong.
I feel like there are so many good metalcore bands right now that are really popular that we take a lot of inspiration from. And I listen to a lot of the same music as Richard and Lexi. So I second everything they said.
You guys never really got to the death metal sort of phase. Any ones that came out of the 90s, and some of them are actually still going strong. You guys never got to techno metal or any of those other genres?
I have a lot. Brand of Sacrifice kind of redid it all over again. Nile, what is it? Morbid Angel, Cephalic Carnage. God, I loved them back in the day, and I think they're still out and about. But yeah, I got to
love Peacemaker. I
back
love
day.
Peacemaker from them. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, the old band got to play with a lot of them guys a few times. So I got the privilege of being backstage and watch like the Nile drummer play in literally like Wolverine work boots. I never understood how in the hell he went so fast in work boots, and he set really low. His knees were above his hips.
That's definitely odd though too, because I thought they always wanted you to sit a little high up, so it took the strain
you want your
off.
knees. You want your knees below your hips, and then you want a slight angle out towards the pedal, like you would be sitting almost in a truck driving a car, like a semi truck per se, or a bus. You almost want to sit very similar to that.
Say it was somebody with rough hips trying to drum with my knees above sounds horrible.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them do it, and they do it so successfully. I think currently, trying to remember the name of the band. I know Rudinger did a cover of Algorithmic Salvation, I think maybe. I can't remember the name of the band, but that dude sits pretty low, and he is insanely fast.
That's good to hear. So, but I guess we're going to talk about gear next, I guess, in terms of what you guys have. So I think Lexi will probably go first, since I don't know if she plays any other instruments.
I do not. I am my instrument.
What's your microphone called?
Is it a Shure? Richard bought it for me.
It's a Shure
Are you
BLX
sure?
14R or 14 beta or something like that.
Yeah, he did it all for me. He's really smart.
Got to learn it because we're going to be asked in every interview. And I know the last interview, you're like, it's a wireless.
We got to study for the tests here, Lexi. Come on.
Okay, Lexi, I don't know all my stuff either. I also
either.
need
I just need
practice.
to sing.
I don't either, but I want to talk crap. So
The roar.
I know
It's all
Richard's
right,
guitar name is like this long, so he don't
It is.
have-
Schecter is almost as bad as Ibanez anymore. It's a Schecter Evil Twin PT 7-string. It's got a Sustainiac and a Floyd Rose in it with a Fishman Fluence bridge pickup.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. I love that guitar. If you've ever watched any of the new Black Veil Brides videos, it is the same guitar that one of their guitarists has. It's like a Telecaster shape.
You can see it in pictures on our social media.
You can
Just
kind of
saying.
see it in the music video a little bit.
There's a nice little close-up shot of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a golden shot.
Yeah, they
I
made
can-
me
I
play
can
it
grab
upside
mine.
down for like 5 minutes just to put it in there for half a second.
It's so good, though. We should use it for something.
Yeah.
I have an ESP LTD Brian Head Welsh edition 7-string with a unicorn rainbow strap. And it's purple. I don't know if you can see in my lighting.
Yeah.
That is all.
The purple people eater. So we want to say, give a nickname or something. That's actually one of my nicknames, drum set. I'm not kidding. It's actually very funny. This drum set looks pretty cool though. I guess
I sadly don't have my bass by me today, but I run with a 5-string Jackson. I don't know all the specs like Richard does, but it's a beauty. Got it for a steal at a pawn shop. It's wonderful.
I'm pretty sure it's a dinky. I
Well-
think they call that body shape the dinky.
I don't know.
It wasn't a pawn shop, it was a local music store.
It was. You're right. It was a music store.
Support your local music store.
Yes. In truth, support them.
Hashtag
And I got-
support the local.
I got my guitar from the same shop in Marshall, Michigan, which they're sadly closing soon. But they were great to us.
Yes, they really were.
Oh, I play a PDP kit. It's an earlier 2000s model, possibly 2003. It was snatched up on a whim for like $300. I've added a floor tom that's not quite a paint match to it because it's a matte black. I run Evans Rezo heads, and then I run Remo Keller Tone batter heads, usually red. Red kind of makes it all look good. 2 up, 2 down, bass drum, Trick pedals out of Trick Drum Chicago, the Pro V1 low mass. Upgraded with some Darwin parts. And then my cymbals, my hardware is all mix and match smorgasbord junk that hopefully I can get that fixed. But all my cymbals are Meinl. I've got some pure tone, pure alloys mixed in with some powerful crashes, and my ride is I don't remember which series. I run a China. The China I run, I think, is exceptional for its cost. It's the Extreme Metal Crash China. It's 18-inch. I think cuts through the biggest crowds and the biggest PA systems we've played against so far. You can hear that crash going to town back there. Yeah, a Griffin hi-hat stand, so it's like an off make, but I love that Griffin hi-hat stand. I think it's more durable and heavy duty than most. I would compare it to a DW without that DW cost. And then Meinl sticks. They're Fire Grain ProMark 5B forwards. I think that's everything. I do use kick blocks. And I have 2 kick blocks on the pedals to keep them from turning and going anywhere. And then I have a full kick block rug. So shout out to Kick Block. I absolutely love their rugs. Eventually I'm going to grab another little, and they have like a runway rug that's for the throne and just the pedals and the kick. I'm going to pick probably one of them up for the trailer, because I do a lot of my warm-ups in the trailer away from people. And I need stuff to sit still, and Kick Block definitely keeps your shit sitting still.
Hashtag sponsor us.
Yes.
That's on point, yeah.
I will absolutely endorse anything I'm currently playing. I will endorse them 100%.
Actually, I was going to say he needed his own little dais, because that's what I do with my little drum set over there. And it's not like yours where you have the double bass in that case. It's mainly straightforward. I just use one bass, and then just has the 2 kick pedals, kick it into it. But it has a little piece of wood just in front of it, keep it from going forward. So,
yeah. I use one kick. I mean, until I get the endorsement that's going to put a full kit under me that all matches, I'm probably not going to add a kick, because it'd be hard to match the kick. But hopefully, in the near future, I'll be switching over to SJC Custom.
All right. Sounds good, y'all. So, just want to make sure. I think we covered all. All right. I think we can jump into some extra fun questions right now, but do you guys have some time right now?
Got a little bit extra time.
All right. So now we jump into the fun questions and everything right here too. So for the first one, I'm curious if there's a particular dish I haven't heard about yet. So what would you consider your favorite food?
I think mine, since I met my husband, has become Indian food, because where he's from, there's a restaurant really close to them that is like the best Indian food I've ever had.
Curry and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So good. And naan bread. Incredible.
That's something good. That's Indian starting to creep up there. I would say it's mostly been Italian, sushi, surprisingly. So we love that in with Asian. And then Spanish seems to be number 3. So I think Indian recently has been either 4 or 5.
Wow.
So somewhere in the mix. All right.
I think you pretty much hit them all for me. I do like sushi and like Chinese, Asian food. But I would say probably Spanish, Mexican food is probably my favorite by far.
I'm kind of with you, Richard. I really like Spanish and Mexican food, but also Asian food. I'm with you. Like, right there.
Yeah.
There's so many good options.
Yeah.
It all depends on the time too, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I say it depends more on the mood. It depends on what you want to go for.
Yeah.
All right. Christina and Joe?
Good, Christina. We know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say, Joe?
Hot dogs.
Taco Bell.
I mean, okay, listen. Taco Bell. Me and Emily love you. Also, Lexi loves you too. Please sponsor.
We will endorse the shit out of Taco Bell.
Please give us endless Baja Blast and nacho cheese.
The midnight one is good though. The Baja Blast midnight.
I just had that.
I haven't tried it yet.
I tried it with the dirty soda or whatever.
Yeah, dude, all the dirty sodas are great. I
haven't tried those.
They're good.
I haven't had the ones in the can.
It's just cream. I mean, it's just Mountain Dew with cream in it is all it is, but it's good.
But yes, I am an avid Taco Bell lover. I'm very simple. I don't like anything extravagant. Give me some chicken tenders. Give me nachos. I love nachos. Love tacos. Very basic.
I thought it was going to be Costco hot dogs.
I also love juicy glizzies. I love gas station food. Give me some Bosco sticks out of that warmer all day long.
Melt. Good.
That string pull on that Bosco stick.
I actually hate Bosco sticks.
I would say, surprisingly, Iceland. Actually, they say they have a probably pretty good hot dogs. To be honest, so I'm going there pretty soon. I'm going to try them out and see what they're like.
Hell yeah.
Sam's Club. That is the place to be. Go to the club, get a juicy glizzy and a beverage and a dessert. Go to the club. Under $5 for your whole family.
It's awesome.
Anyway, Joe, your turn.
No, you're fine. I will start by saying I just love food, period. I love food, period. There's generally a moment there's hardly ever a moment I won't turn down like something. But steak would probably be my number one. Only steak matches gas prices and has blown me away this year with how much it costs to get the particular cut of meat that I like. So pizza is definitely right there beside steak. I am a pizza nut. So if I had my choice.
Anything over a fire to cook.
Oh yeah, I cook mostly out back over my fire when I can, which is generally anytime it's not raining or snowing. So, but the pizza, man, out of all, like I love Pizza Hut and I love like Domino's, but Walmart's got a pretty damn good deli pizza for only like $5 or $7. I think $10 for their stuffed crust version. It is fire. Thank you, Walmart, for that. Some nights through the week after work will go grab a 6-pack and one of those deli pizzas, and that's what dinner is. Well,
that sounds like a good night.
It's a great night. It's like the weekends you were talking about. What do you guys got going on the weekends? On weekends that we're not playing shows or we're not busy, I'm generally 3, 4, maybe a 6-pack deep, maybe a little bit of smoke of my choice sitting out by my fire. And I will take pictures of that because it doesn't get to happen much. Last year, maybe 3 weekends I got the opportunity to sit out last year. So in band practices, when we would take our little breaks, I would walk us out there so we could sit out there just for the sake of I didn't get to sit here this weekend. So
those are great choices. Though it seemed like the Bosco sticks, it seems like we got a little bit of a debate going on.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
It's cheese and bread. Cheese and bread.
Like mozzarella sticks and pizza crust.
What? Mozzarella sticks are hit or miss. It depends on the coating it depends on the breading.
Yeah, that's my thing is the breading of it, and then sometimes it's like way too much cheese and I'm like kind of choking on it.
Too much cheese?
I know.
You're getting kicked out of the band, Lexi.
Also, one time I had really, really bad Bosco sticks in like middle school and it ruined my experience forever.
No, you know what you need to do? You know what you need to do? Is you take well, that too. But you get the Bosco sticks and you get curly fries and you bite the tip off the Bosco sticks and you shove the curly fries into it and then you dip it in the sauce. Amazing.
And I thought I was a fat ass.
Or
that is so crazy.
You can go to Arby's and get the mozzarella sticks and you can wrap the curly fries around the outside of the mozzarella stick.
Arby's curly fries are so good.
They are so good.
Yeah. I'd say you're a real fan for what you eat. So.
Well, it's debatable. It's debatable.
You only see our heads.
You don't see the pot bellies and all that sort of stuff that we've got from the winter. So
yeah,
just me, I'm the same way. So don't feel bad. All right.
I want to throw in real quick. When I laid down in bed last night, right after our podcast interview last night for the press kit or press drop, the little one sitting back here, she'll be 3 next month. But I scrolled through and I turned on Puppet on YouTube because I can. Like, that is so cool. And she loves watching Puppet. She sang so much of that song last night while I was laying in bed, man. I was just like, That is so awesome. But she's just currently chewing on some Cocoa Puffs back there. I had to get her to chill out.
It's my little twin.
Yeah. Twin.
All right, that's all good. Congratulations there, babe. And all great choices there. I guess in terms of drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, you guys got a preference?
Oh yeah,
Whiskey.
Alcoholic whiskey with kind of anything. Non-alcoholic, I love Coke, especially cherry Coke.
Drinks.
I'll have it all day.
Drinks.
Yeah.
The drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we're talking about dirty Dr. Pepper or even a dirty Mountain Dew at this point. So
Yeah.
I think someone actually brought up, like, someone actually using that as some sort of sex move. I have no idea what that was about. So apparently there's a dirty Dr. Pepper, which is used inappropriately.
I can see that. I could see that being a thing.
And I don't want to know, but now I want to know.
I want to just guess and somehow be right and never have to look it up.
Right.
Not here, at least. Let's say do it in your free time.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, no, not here. I don't know. I'm a big Mountain Dew drinker personally, and then for alcohol, it's going to be either rum or twisted tea. It'd just be that way.
Lots of Twisted Tea cans.
Yes, everywhere, all the time.
Twisted Tea, if you're listening, give us a sponsor too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Even just one case would be a lifesaver.
This whole video is us trying to get sponsorships.
I was
Yeah.
like, send
that.
the
We can do
variety
that.
pack.
That's every
Do
interview
it.
we do.
Do a Twisted Richard tour.
I think we've done like 4 right now at this point. So
Can you
is he like,
tell that we're broke? Okay,
Yeah.
we're struggling.
Starving.
We're middle
Starving.
class.
Bands.
We're
Yeah.
thirsty artists.
and hungry?
Yeah.
So
I actually haven't ate yet today. I'm pretty hungry.
Oh.
I had leftover Pizza Hut this morning.
Made myself a cheese omelet as soon as I got up.
I had a nice panini press breakfast wrap.
I think that
So,
Richard's answer leads into Emily's answer.
Probably. So I would also have to go with twisted teas, but different flavors than what Richard does typically. But twisted teas or a good whiskey sour. Love me with good whiskey sour. Non-alcoholic. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, man.
Coffee.
Yeah. She's
Co-
the alcoholic
coffee,
of the
yeah,
band. She
coffee.
doesn't ever drink anything without alcohol, so.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
say it's your
definitely a
fuel.
whiskey man. Definitely a whiskey man. Or beer, but whiskey. I think our last show I had only a little bit of my buddy's beer because I had already had 6 or 7 whiskey shots with everybody through the course of the afternoon prior to the show. And I at one point was like, no more whiskey, guys. Like I had to get some beer in there, and it was just a Miller High Life. But if I were to pick, probably Mick Ultra, as much as that one's going to say it's a girl beer.
I love that I'm in my screen. I'm on the complete opposite side.
Yeah,
of it.
I know.
Pointing.
It's funny because I watch everybody pointing, but for me, you're literally right here. So who am I pointing at?
You're pointing at
Lexi.
It's
Lexi.
pointing at me for
Yes. Yeah, see, it's so different everywhere. But non-alcoholic, back to I'll venture into darks. I had, when we were at the recording studio, I brought some Robert the Bruce from Three Floyds out by Chicago. And even Stina had a little bit of that. It was pretty good. It's a Scottish ale. One of my favorite beer distributors or whatever, down in Brown County, Indiana, south of Indianapolis, is called Quaifon. And they have a peanut butter busted knuckle and just a plain busted knuckle, which are both porters. They're phenomenal. But then non-alcoholic would probably be sweet tea. I just don't drink. I try not to get that much caffeine in me through the day, but I love sweet tea.
See, but that
like Red Bulls.
I was gonna say, yeah, that
Red
surprised
Bull.
me because if it was a show day, I would have to say like Joe and Christina would have to be like Red Bull.
And Richard.
On the drive out, it's like a 16-ounce Red Bull, but then I'll go throughout the day with no more caffeine until we're about 40 minutes out where we do our ritual shot. I'll eat about 5 ibuprofen and jam down another like 8 or 10 ounces of Red Bull right behind it, so that I'm a wired mess when I get on stage.
Yeah, I
It's
usually
maniac.
chug like a 16 or 20 ounce on the way to every show.
Those are the only times, though.
Yeah, so like you're driving 4 hours like this.
It's
that's
not
pretty
too
much.
bad.
Just white knuckling it the whole way.
Yeah.
I was just always similar. I don't know if you guys ever watch Family Guy. It's always like Stewie, like taking like these truck pills to kind of make him stay awake and all that sort of stuff. So,
Family Guy was awesome.
yeah, more so the old one. I can't take this newer stuff now. So,
I'm the last one.
You want to wave?
Good old H2O.
And then you got to go in the living room.
nope, we needed a shout out because she was kind of fitting in there the whole time.
Hi,
Wave.
baby.
Hi.
All right, I got to go watch TV.
So, my drink of choice, I think this is for Lexi, Emily, and me. First drink of choice is water.
Yes.
I love the V8 energy drinks. I like sugar-free Red Bulls. With vodka, also.
And TV static.
And I'm getting there. Unsweet tea, that's my jam. And I drink a lot of seltzers, not for the taste, but they're usually 90 to 100 calories and like very low carbs. So it's more for the figure. It's not for the taste. But
I'd be really enjoying a carbless too.
Carbless, I love those. Yes, thank you. My favorite seltzer is the Michelob Ultra Organic seltzers. And I love strawberry Long Island's, vodka cranberry. Yeah, so I'm thirsty. And Fountain Mountain Dew. Not out of a can, not out of a bottle. Give me it from a fountain.
Fountain or die.
I mean, I can deal with a can too, but actually, at my workplace, we have a nice little cooler. It does have the Mountain Dew, Pepsis, and Cokes and all that sort of stuff right there. So, no Baja Blast, unfortunately. It's the regular, but I can still deal with the regular. So, all right, all great choices. In terms of TV shows and movies, do you guys got a favorite between the two categories?
So I'm a big horror fan. Right here, I've got a lot of different things on display. So I grew up with all of that. My favorite slasher is Freddy Krueger. Yeah, one of my favorite TV shows ever is Supernatural. I've seen it so many times. There's loads of different shows. I will say, outside of horror, one of my all-time favorite movies is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. I watch a lot of old shows. Like, I would say my favorite shows are like The Office and House and stuff like that.
We love New Girl.
Yeah, New Girl is great.
29?
29. But yeah, I guess when it comes to movies, it would be any comedy or like any superhero movie, comic book movies. So, yeah.
He's the MCU nerd.
Yeah, kind of. I haven't seen any of the newer stuff lately, though.
He loves Power Rangers. Big fan.
I do love Power Rangers. I have a bunch of Funko Power Rangers actually sitting right up there.
The band that opened for everybody on Thursday, they opened with theme song for Power Rangers, and it was really fun.
And there was an adorable little tiny Power Ranger in the audience too. Adorable. But I think both Richard and Christina kind of said some of my like favorites and stuff too. I mean, like Supernatural, House, Walking Dead, any kind of crime show. I like crime documentaries. Catch me watching all those. I'm also a super duper kid movie. I love me some Disney movies and some. I have kids, so I mean, I watch all kinds of kids movies with my kids and stuff. So. Yeah.
They just say they're going to be traumatized with watching Lion King, that sort of stuff. So it's good. It's good for building up for the teenage years when they get to the existential phase. So
Well, I was 5 watching slashers, so
Probably younger than that.
yeah.
I remember the first time you started responding to scary movies was A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I think you were 2 or 3. So
My boy.
it's been a long time.
I'd say my next guess was The Exorcist, but I was going to say that's definitely going above and beyond there, babe. So.
Yeah. So I also huge movies. Scaries. I love scary movies. Saying that, the new Evil Dead coming looks insanely dark. I don't know if you guys have seen the previews for it, but it looks intense as shit. I'm with Richard. I love the Marvel world, but I've also struggled watching any of the newer stuff. It seems like they've kind of almost lost their storylines and drives for whatever reason. It's changed too much. TV shows, I'm with them. It's a lot of murder mystery stuff, but a lot of times it's for the ambient noise in the house if it's too quiet. If I'm picking, and it sucks to say it, but because the show's done now, this was its last season, but The Boys was a phenomenal TV show. I got a huge kick out of that. I really like the actors that were all in there, and have been watching some of them actors for many, many years. So
Jensen Ackles from Supernatural.
yeah, Supernatural.
They had all three of them on there at
Yeah.
one point.
Yeah, the last season had all three of them in there.
Yeah.
Including other guys that were throughout Supernatural too. I've seen a couple that were the demons. They were demons throughout the season. One was a demon that also helped them hunt.
Yeah.
He was in there.
Those are great choices. And just for Joe and Lexi, I done drum covers during October in celebration of Halloween. But for my Halloween drum covers, I throw in some little bits of movie clips, and I'll let you pick. I'll let you check them out and then see if you're able to pick out which movies they are.
Sure.
So
Oh yeah,
I'd say my most proud one was "Fear of the Dark" by Iron Maiden.
nice.
All right. And for the last fun questions, I guess who you guys been listening to recently in terms of music, regardless if they're independent or mainstream?
Well, I know there's a lot of bigger names I listen to, like all of the inspirations we listed. But I also am listening to a lot of our local scene right now. I am loving Fight From Within, Saving Vice, Fleeting Life, King to a Broken Throne. There's so many good bands. I'm literally some other favorites that are coming out of the indie area are Kahani and Exit Wounds, Cold State. There's so many good bands.
Indie's really popping with good bands that are really out there and traveling and doing
they're all good
phenomenal
people.
things.
I don't think I have anything to add. I was gonna say Saving Vice, Fight From Within, a lot of the same ones, honestly. And then obviously bigger ones like Wage War and stuff like that. And Electric Callboy just dropped a new song yesterday too. They're great. Yeah, I don't really have much to add other than that.
I'm literally like on repeat with a lot of the local songs. They're just they're so good. There's so many that are popping off that like they have such a big sound, and we're all just in this local scene still trying to branch out. It's cool. It's cool to see everybody.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat with everybody. They've named all the locals that I listen to, and it's for me naming locals. It's like I wouldn't want to name locals because I'm too afraid I would miss a local that I do listen to that we're supportive of, and I definitely don't want anyone to think I don't, I miss them. But bigger bands like Bleed From Within, like some of their new drops. I Am Mook. People haven't heard of these guys yet. Like I listen to a lot of underground stuff. Wretched Tongues out of Boston, the Massachusetts area. Wretched Tongues is amazing. They'll be on. Actually, I think they are on tour right now. Like, I got my inspiration. Like what I will listen to is very, very open. And if you show me something that hooks me in any way, I'll end up putting their entire album in one of my mixes. Like, so I've got mixes with tens of thousands of songs. So
Big fan of Whitechapel and
yes,
too.
Phil Bossman,
Yeah, inspo coming from those as well.
Tony Danza, Emir.
I've run the deathcore sort of bands right there too. So yeah.
I seen Tony Danza just released another one like 3 months ago after all these years. Finally put a new CD out. It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
Yeah, I guess just Stina and Emily.
All of the bands that Lexi and Richard said, yes, yes, yes. And the ones earlier we said that are our influence, a lot of the modern metalcore that are out there today. But in addition to that, Emily and I are the only ones in the band who also like country, 90s country specifically.
Yeah.
90s country super fan, 90s alternative rock, all of it. Give me all of it.
Joe does some country, but we're all a bunch of metalheads more.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty big into country. I love it.
He's adopted.
Okay,
too.
so there's 3 of us, but
There is 3 of us.
If Emily and I are riding to practice together, it's us singing 90s country songs, and I'm lead and she's harmony. So
Yep. That's true.
I listen to lots of different stuff, but mostly the modern metalcore out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to pretty much everything. Like Christina said, we kind of are more fluid, I think, with our interests as far as the music goes. Not that these other guys don't, but I think that they're a little bit more, focused in metal. I have, since being in this band, I have tried to open my horizons more to more metal bands, just so that I can get in a better mindset and a better flow with trying to write and just kind of knowing the ins and out of metal more, because going into this, I definitely feel like I was just like, what do I do? And I still feel like I'm there a lot as of the what do I do. But I would say like some of my favorites right now would have to be like, which I know that they already mentioned them, but like Spirit Box, Wage War, Beartooth, Our Last Night. Those are probably some of the ones that pop up the most on like my playlist. But like these guys said, also there's so many good local bands out there that are just starving to be on your playlist. So hit them up and add those songs. Seems like everybody is right now. There's a lot of new bands that are coming out with new stuff. So be sure to check those out.
To hit on some other, like, not metal, I love Lana Del Rey. I love Megan Thee Stallion. There's a band called The Driver Era, and it's like this funky, like, pop type of music. I love even indie type of stuff, but yeah, I am very metal driven, so I always revert back to metal.
It's in your blood at this point. So
Literally.
Yeah, I think country's like the only thing I don't listen to.
I can
Comes
handle
down
some
to
of
it.
that old stuff.
Yeah.
It's the new stuff. It doesn't hit as well because it's not what we grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So 90s country is always on my Spotify homepage, along with metalcore stuff. So there's always that 90s country.
Speaking of Spotify, I know this isn't really part of this, but we've been streamed in Canada, Finland, Italy, and Japan.
Wow!
I just sent it in the group chat, but yeah.
Nice.
It's awesome.
It's all over the place
freaking
right
go
now.
to Japan.
Yeah, there's only been one. Only been one, but...
And we haven't even started our ad campaigns yet, so that's really good.
Well, I think part of it helped. We're on the release radar playlist on Spotify right now, too.
Yes!
So, yeah.
And actually, we do have one more question. But before we jump into it, would you guys like to ask me a question real quick? We'll do one apiece.
How long have you been doing the streaming stuff?
Well, it actually started on Skype, but back then it started in 2021. So we've been going 5 years strong at this point with this podcast. So it started with the free version with Skype. Actually, it was funny. It had like it was a call recorder. It first started with that. I haven't used that in a while, so I almost forgot about that. there was a call recorder that you used. That one you had to pay for, but it was only one price, and that was it. But after they got rid of Skype, I had to move into StreamYard here. So it's been going strong.
StreamYard?
Nice.
It's a little pricey, but I mean, I make do with it. So it definitely works with just doing like these sort of podcast interviews. And you just have to make sure to get some space afterwards. They only give you a certain amount of hours that you're able to use up. So,
Oh, wow.
so 50 hours, at least in my case.
This interview has been, I like that it's engaging and that it's very, like it keeps going and the questions are out to every person, and every person has their set like time to answer the questions. What kind of prep work do you go into for setting these interviews up?
Well, I study some of the music, so that's once again we thank Colby for also providing the links and everything, as well as the emails going back and forth. Maybe Christina too. I don't know if Christina had a hand in that as well. But sometimes it's studying just the music, but I always have a little script I kind of go off by. So, but sometimes it used to be like people who were just playing one specific instrument doing covers on YouTube. So sometimes I might change it up a little bit. So really, it's sometimes scripted, and then as we go through, as we go through the interview here, it's mainly just like improvising, just to see like what are things that come up, like if there's a shared interest, like what we were talking with deathcore, metalcore, and all that sort of stuff right there. So, improvise. So hopefully that answers your question.
It does.
Okay.
What's the biggest group you've had on here?
I think Cutthroat Kings maybe, but it was all one screen. They were all in one room together. So that was usually a little bit harder. But I'm trying to make sure because it's been like bands of 4, sometimes bands of 5. I thought they had 6. It might have been 5. I'm not too sure. So
Did you mean big as in popularity, or did you mean big as in amount of people?
Oh no, I was talking about like popularity.
Oh, popularity?
Yeah.
Well, I'll say that in terms of size. I think Cutthroat Kings had probably the same amount of people you guys had with 5 people. But popularity, I've interviewed a couple who, there was Julian from Go Rod, and then there was Dallas Toller Wade, formerly of Nile, now of Narcotic Wasteland. So
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
you're talking about audience size. So
he lives
Maybe those
not
two.
too far from where we're located.
Dallas,
He lives up in the Nile, Michigan area.
that's good. I guess I think he's on the road right now because I see him posting videos every now and again, but
Yeah.
must be doing strong. So, all right. Anything else?
Yeah, I got a multi-question one. And
Everyone's got
it's
first
not the
one.
one. It's not the one from Step Brothers.
Hmm.
All right, food, drinks, alcoholic, non-alcoholic. What are your favorites? And then, how long have you been doing this particular gig?
Podcast has been like 5 years. So, to answer that part. But in terms of food, I'll say like the burgers and pizza. I'll say those two because we always get a good bunch of that stuff. Plus, the restaurant I work at that I mentioned to Rich earlier, we have a good cut of meat for our burgers. Good steak
Yeah.
burgers.
Love a
So
good burger.
Yeah.
this is a
Sounds like a
tasty
good
burger. So, drinks, I do more Angry Orchards. I'm more apple ciders when it comes to the alcoholic.
Love
And
good
then-
cider too.
And then it's here. Unfortunately, it's unhealthy, but it's usually some sort of sodas, either Mountain Dew, Pepsi, or Coke, and then water for the obvious reason. And what else did I miss?
I think that was
The
it.
alcoholic,
I think that was
non-alcoholic.
it.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Angry Orchards. Angry Orchards. I love those ones. All right. That was it, Christina.
Yes, the best for last. I don't know. So doing this kind of work, I know, is kind of thankless sometimes. There's sometimes not a whole lot of reward out of it. So what keeps you motivated to keep putting your time, effort, and energy into doing these podcasts? And thank you for giving bands such as ourselves this platform.
Yes, thank you.
No worries. I think it's more so for my mental health because when I got out of college, I realized I wasn't very extrovert. I was very good with talking with people. So I had a real bad stint in sales, which was traumatic in its own right. So I think doing this, it really helped break down the walls. It allowed me to talk with people where we had a shared interest in something. So
Sales is hard too.
then what you do is script, and then you're just supposed to wing it from there. So kind of bullshit, really. So it's whatever. Never doing that again.
That's what I told myself. Never again, no sales. But now I'm a merch salesperson, so
It still comes full circle in some sort of way. So.
It's a little bit easier to sell when you can scream in their faces.
That too, yeah. All right. So we all good? I think you guys have time for one more question?
One more question, and then I should probably head out.
Okay. In that case, you can go first with this one, but here's how I worded. Given the amount of negativity that you've been seeing going on in the world these days, whether through the news or through social media and that sort of stuff, these days people need some sort of hope. So what would be your message of hope for musicians and people out there so they can move forward with their lives?
That is a really good question. Honestly, keep doing what you believe in. Keep pushing for the things that are going to get you where you know you need to be. Not letting the things tear you down. And it's very easy to, especially in the world we live in right now. Everything is quite hideous, literally. So keeping those closest to you, having your support systems, and being able to branch out, like, just keep going. Like Dory says, just keep swimming.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll
Just
go.
Go
No,
ahead,
you
Joe.
go ahead. Go ahead. You're good. Go
All
ahead.
right. Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, pretty much what Lexi said. Just keep doing it. Keep practicing. Keep playing. Because I feel like it's when you stop that sometimes life gets ahead of you, or you kind of run into other roadblocks or whatever. And so I feel like just keep doing it. And even if it's the band thing, if it's a solo act, just keep going. Post stuff online. I mean, there's so many positives out there that I love seeing. Just, it seems like so many people out there are just so positive. There's all the negatives that Lexi said, but there's also, on the other hand, I feel like just as many positives out there too. And sometimes other people are just waiting to see somebody just doing the same thing that they are.
Mm-hmm. Helps them keep going themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say the negativity in the world, like not anything other than for this aspect of life. There are far too many people who criticize people for doing what they're enjoying doing, whether they're good or bad, and even if they are good, they'll still pick them apart. And it drives me nuts personally. See it. I'm in a lot of different group for like drums and music in general, and people will post. And so to the people out there that see this, make the post. Like, you're going to get criticized. You're going to get tore down because there are so many haters out there that want to also make posts, but too afraid of. So they'll put you to shame for putting yours up there. And I see it all the time, man. I see people throw things up and they get picked apart. And I absolutely hate that shit. Quit being that person. Like, man, somebody puts something up and you're going to tear them down. You're just going to make them quit. Why make people quit on something that they could either be starting at, or it's been a struggle for them for the last 2 years to get somewhere? Not everybody is the drummer of Dying Fetus, and not everybody is the guitarist like Jason Richardson. They're just not. But in order to get there, your ignorance isn't ever going to help them. Like, be polite, be boastful, say hell yeah, dude. Can't we just normalize seeing somebody put something up that they put time into and just say hell yeah, man, keep going? That's the kind of negativity that really needs to stop. If you can't do shit yourself, it doesn't mean you got to tear other people down for doing it. That they're out there doing exactly what they want to do. Leave them the hell alone.
Yeah. And to kind of piggyback off of that, like, no matter what you're doing, the hate comments are going to come. But at the end of the day, you're doing what you need to do, and there are so many more people that are seeing that and recognizing that and pushing you forward. The negativity
don't think seeing our video or hearing our music that we're not the same people that you are by any means. We are always worried about us in general as performers, as performances. Each time we step on stage, the stress prior, the warm-up process, but we really want to pull this off. We want to get that 1 or 2 more fans. We hope we get positive feedback. We hope, we're right there with everybody. There's nothing any different about us at all.
We're just like you.
Just different interests, so that's our stuff there too. So yeah. And
this was a good question. This was a really good question. Thank you for that.
No worries, but I don't know if Christina or Richard can add anything else to it there too. I think Joe kind of took the wind out of the sails.
I'll go last.
Sorry.
You guys went in a completely different direction than I was going to go with the question when I heard it. So I have this tattoo on my arm and it says, "I am just a speck of dust inside a giant's eye." And it's a song lyric. And what it means to me, when you think your problems are really big, you kind of got to step back and realize you're just this little tiny speck in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, you might think that this thing going on is like the end of the world, but like there's so much going on outside of yourself. There's so much, yeah. I think that was where I was going to go, which is a completely opposite direction of where everybody else went. Just
still advice.
Realize that there's more out there than your own little bubble. Yes, you are the most important thing in your world, but there's a lot outside of that.
I was still gonna go the same route as everybody else, I guess. I don't know. I saw an interview with Andy Biersack the other day because a lot of his stuff has been popping up, and he said something about kind of like hate comments and stuff like that, which I can't say it word for word, but it was like something to the extent of if